Welcome back to the virtual hangar. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own paper so you can make this adorable greeting card to send to a friend this spring. This project is easy, but it is not quick. So like with all of my videos, I recommend you watch them all the way through before you get started so that you can get an idea of the time frame you'll need to complete the project. Your kit will include 1 bag of wildflower seeds, 1 bag of shredded paper, a greeting card and an envelope, a sponge, regular kitchen sponge, and a piece of wax paper. It will also include a little bit of white glue in a container, which I forgot to film. The first step to making recycled paper is to make paper pulp. So to do that, we're going to take our paper shreds and empty them into a bowl. And then we're just going to take enough water and pour it on top so that all of the paper shreds are submerged in the water. The water is going to get absorbed by the paper and it's going to break it back down into paper fiber. After I give this a little stir with my finger just to make sure all the paper is covered, I actually poured it into a Tupperware with a lid and put it on top of my refrigerator and forgot it for about a week. You want to make sure the water soaks for at least overnight, and then that'll be enough so that we can easily break down the paper shreds with our fork into pulp. I developed this method so that we wouldn't have to use a blender or a food processor. Most tutorials for paper making online will recommend soaking your paper shreds in water for about half an hour and then putting them in a blender or a food processor. But then you can't use the blender or food processor for food anymore, or they don't recommend it. I guess because it would be too difficult to wash it well enough afterwards. So I don't know about you, I don't have an extra blender lying around. I guess you could go to a thrift store and pick one up if you wanted to and just throw this in the blender. But I found that by letting the water soak for the week, the paper was able to break down enough that I could just finish breaking it down with my fork. So I'm actually going to pour out most of this water. It's just excess at this point, so you want a little bit of water still in it, not too much, but it'll be a lot easier to break it down into pulp if there's not as much water. You can see the shreds at this point are still kind of defined, so I'm just using the backside of my fork and smooshing down. I just want it to be as if we put it through a blender. You just want to make as fine of a pulp as you can where none of the pieces of paper are recognizable as individual pieces. So I'm going to use a little bit of movie magic here. I think this took me like 3 to 5 minutes maybe of using the back of my fork to make a nice pulp. This is going to be a coarse paper. It's not like fine copy paper we're making, but it's rustic and it's a cute texture for the card. So you can see this is all pulpy now, the texture of the paper. So I'm going to take my wildflower seeds and mix those in. Once I've emptied my bag, I'm just going to give those a quick stir. I just want, there's probably too many seeds in there. That's okay. It doesn't matter. We are just going to give those a quick stir so they get all nicely distributed, and then we are going to go on to the next step of turning this pulp into a sheet of paper. Again, there are lots of tutorials for making paper online. They all use really not necessarily expensive, but definitely specialized equipment like a frame, and you can do it with like a silk screen kind of thing. But we're just going to take our wax paper and our pulp, and with our fork just kind of drain as much of the water as you can and start spreading this in a thin layer over the wax paper. You want to kind of try and press most of the water out as you're scooping it out of your bowl, and you can see I use my fork to kind of push this down into a thin layer. You're never going to get like copy paper thin of paper. Again, this is definitely not a fine paper. It's a coarse, rustic kind of paper. But the point is just to make a cute carrier for the seeds. So a little bit of thickness and texture here is totally fine. We're going for texture. It's going to make the card even cuter. So I just smoosh this pulp down with the backside of my fork, again, draining it against the side of the bowl as much as I can, spreading it thin as I can. I pick out some of the bigger wildflower seeds because those are a little bit too much texture for my taste. So I'm just giving this a smoosh with my fork, and I'm gonna try and make something roughly round. Your paper can be in any shape you like. You can go for a rectangle, traditional paper shape. I'm going for a blob, which is the artistic term for a circle. Let's see, just a little bit more here. One last big hunk to pull out. Just smooshing. Alright, so when you finally get most of your pulp out onto your wax paper, we want to try and get as much of the water out of this as possible. So I'm going to push my sponge down, let it soak up the water, and then squeeze that water back out into my bowl. The sponge will help not only absorb the water here, but also to flatten your paper even more and give it a slightly more even texture. It's never going to be completely smooth because we mixed the seeds in, of course. But you could actually do this exact same technique without the seeds. You could add food coloring. You could add, I've seen really cute tutorials where people do like threads. That ends up really making a very cute, pretty textured paper. So we just want to squeeze out as much of the water from the sponge, use the sponge to soak the water up out of the paper, and squeeze it back into the bowl, just getting rid of as much of the excess water as possible. I'm going to do a little movie magic here. You get the idea. So once you feel like you've gotten all of the water out of your paper, as much as you can get out of it, you are going to just take this and set it up on a shelf to dry. Mine took, I think, like 3 days to dry out. Or again, if you want to leave it up on top of your refrigerator for a week, it's not going to hurt it in any way to sit longer. But you can see now I have this nice sheet of textured seed paper. Some of the seeds will come off of the top as you work with this, so just be mindful of that and handle it gently because you don't want to tear it. But now that we've got our paper, it's time to finally start making our card. So I'm taking my scissors here, and I am going to just actually along the edges cut out some petal shapes, roughly the shapes of flower petals. The paper will probably be a little bit difficult to cut because of the seeds. Just do your best. It's supposed to look rustic and textured. So my idea for this card was that whoever received it could pull the petals off of the card and plant them in the ground, and then the seeds would germinate and make flowers. It's a really cool way to use up old paper shreds to make recycled paper, and of course when you put them in the ground they're biodegradable, so the flowers will just grow right out of them wherever they plant their little petals. So I cut out a handful of petals here out of my paper. This next part is totally optional. You can go with the white look if you like. I'm actually going to use just a cheap set of Crayola watercolors and watercolor a little bit of purple onto my flowers just to give it a little bit of color. You could also totally use markers. Crayons or colored pencils might be a little bit tough, but again, totally optional. I just wanted to add a little color to mine, so I'm just going to do that really quickly. Watercoloring it just the way I would watercolor any paper. This paper is thick and coarse, so it should stand up to the watercolor pretty well. But I just do a light wash of some purple just to add another dimension to the design of my card. But again, totally optional. You can color it however you want. You cannot color it. It'll totally be cute either way. So once we've got all of our petals done, I take my card and the white glue. Actually, first I'm going to just lay these out on the card to kind of get an idea and see what it looks like. Arrange these petals in a circle. I love flower petals because they remind me of pizza. They look like pizza shapes. If you don't know how to cut a flower petal, just cut a pizza shape and that will make a nice enough flower. Alright, so now I've got an idea of where I want my petals all to go. I'm going to take my glue. You will have a little glue container. You can use your finger or a popsicle stick to spread that glue just in a little circle. We don't want to totally put a ton of glue on this because the idea is the recipient of your card will be able to just pick these petals off. The glue is washable school glue, so it's also biodegradable. It's not going to affect your seeds at all. So we just pick these off of the card and then plant them in the ground. So I'm just arranging my flower petals in a nice little circle. I did it sort of towards the upper left of my card, and then I decided I wanted to do a second flower. So after I laid these all down in the glue, it gives them a second to dry. So I just cut out some more petals from my paper, and then I'm going to arrange them and glue them down in the exact same way. This second batch of petals I cut a little bit smaller than the first batch of petals. I wanted this flower to be a little bit smaller, and you can see when I glued both of my flowers I left a little bit of room in the center because I wanted to draw in the centers of my flowers. And remember that this is art and you're supposed to be having fun, and your card doesn't have to look exactly like mine. Maybe you want to try something else with the petals. I'm just taking a pen and drawing in some circles in the center to make the center of the flower, and then I take my pen and draw some stems and leaves and decorate the rest of my card. You could do this with a pen, you could do this with markers and colored pencils, you could go crazy with it. I would encourage you not to necessarily try and replicate my design exactly. Just decorate your card and your envelope however you think it will look pretty, and it will look great because you made it. And remember that you're making it for a friend, so just, do your best and have a good time. So there's my card all finished. It fits in my envelope. I'm just going to decorate the front a little bit. This one definitely, especially, I would absolutely love to see what you guys made. Please post your pictures on social media and tag us. The tagging information is always at the end of the videos. Your card will look great. I can't wait to see it, and I will see you next time.